What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and as more people start to get their hands on The Last of Us Part 2, the more and more gameplay is being leaked online. And not only does it confirm all the things that happened in the leaks, but it is far worse than so many people expected. The added context, instead of making people appreciate it, it just makes people more outraged about what they have done during this game. Now, we are going to be talking about spoilers, so this is your warning. If you want to experience The Last of Us Part 2 for yourself like Neil Druckmann has asked you to, then I would tune out now because we are going to be talking spoilers. With that said, right here, The Last of Us Part 2 leak featuring Joel pales in comparison to his actual outrageous death. And yes, and there are people, I feel bad for the people that were defending this game and trying to hold out hope, because a lot of what you can see out there right now online shows that these leaks were true, and they just absolutely butchered these characters, literally and figuratively. Let's take a look. This is from One Angry Gamer. It does include some gameplay. We are not going to go through that for obvious reasons. I will link that. I will link One Angry Gamer's article in the description below. The Last of Us Part 2 leaks are true, and Joel dies at the hands of Abby. Yes, Joel dies right next to his knocked out brother Tommy after saving Abby's life. This is the thing. People are like, well, maybe we can make it understandable how Abby would do it. But no, in the gameplay and all of the time leading up to this moment, Joel and Tommy are saving Abby's life over and over and over again. They save her. You can see it. It's all in the gameplay. This all unfolds after the Miller brothers show their friendly side to a group of unknown strangers after a tense run-in with a horde of clickers. First and foremost, a person with access to the game has shared the following clips. The first video shows Abby and Owen plotting to get into the city of Jackson and somehow working out a method to get into the said city to kill Joel. Now, you can look into it and you can realize that the reason Abby wants revenge is for what Joel did at the end of The Last of Us Part 1. And that is her motivation for wanting to kill Joel. And Joel knows that a lot of people are after him. Him and Tommy both know that a lot of people are after Joel after what happened at the end of The Last of Us. After the city of Jackson is attacked, Joel and his younger brother Tommy help a lone wolf Abby from a horde of clickers. They save her life countless times. Joel saves Abby's life before she does what she does to him. The trio manages to ward off a slew of infected despite running low on ammo, and after that, they make it to a building, commandeer horses while making a narrow escape. The three end up leaving to Abby's hideout up north. You can view the footage here. We won't. After riding for some time, which is about a few hours away, Joel and Tommy let their guards down and introduce themselves by offering up their given names to a group of strangers. Again, Joel is on the run after what he did. He knows people are looking for him. Him and Tommy immediately, without knowing anything about these people, offer up their names, and they immediately look at him like he's gonna die, because he is. Then Abby immediately proceeds to shoot him in the knee, and then we see the bashing with the golf club. That scene comes next. A lot of us have seen that before, with Ellie sitting on the ground screaming as Abby is beating Joel to death with a golf club. But that is not it. We also have much more from these leaks, and like I said, the context makes it even worse, because at least you could be like, okay, but no, Joel saves Abby's life over and over again before she murders him in cold blood. Joel and Tommy act like absolute idiots by offering up their identities to complete strangers. These characters are absolutely destroyed, and that's one of the things that a lot of the reviews are saying, that the characters don't seem like themselves. And I mean, Neil Druckmann has in his profile abuser of characters, so maybe that's not a surprise that the characters don't feel like themselves after what Neil Druckmann intended to do, intended to be divisive. But you can see the ending. The ending is even crueler than we could have imagined, and it comes from a couple different sources. We've seen this out here several times. And let's get into that, the ending, right? Because after that happens, and again, mind you, the death, it's 2 hours into the game. Joel's death, 2 hours into this game, and the rest of the 25 hours worth of gameplay is this revenge cycle of Ellie murdering hundreds and hundreds of people to try to get back at Abby. The Last of Us 2 ending is even crueler than we could have imagined. Thought Joel's torture and death were senselessly bleak? Oh boy, are you in for a treat. Naughty Dog has an even more relentless brutality in store for you, and it involves Ellie's guitar playing. In the final fight between Abby and Ellie, Abby bites off 2 of Ellie's fingers. Oh, mother of God, it hurts my heart just to type that. Ellie wins the fight but decides not to kill Abby because she has a flashback of Joel. For some reason, it makes her believe that revenge is bad. After literally the entire story, her tracking people down across the country, killing hundreds of people, she decides revenge is bad. Ellie goes home, but Dina and her baby have abandoned her. She's all alone now. All she has left is the guitar that Joel lovingly taught her to play. Except she realizes she can't play the guitar because the mother effing She-Hulk bit her fingers off. I'm just going to pretend this game doesn't exist. Lots of people having a big issue with that. A big issue. And, you know, here's The Last of Us 2, a simple breakdown by someone. Joel saves Abby. Abby kills Joel. Abby beats the crap out of Ellie, lets her go. Months pass. They're now on a farm with Dina and her son. Ellie can't live without revenge. Tommy tells her where Abby is. Ellie goes after Abby. They have another fight. Abby bites off Ellie's fingers. And then just like what we said, she tries playing guitar, but can't because she has no fingers. Credits roll. A game by Neil Cuckman. God, people are really upset about this. And like I said, character choices and plot holes were so bad throughout that at times he would laugh out loud. That's from one of the reviews that we have had by SkillUp's review. And a lot of people are going to start echoing those sentiments when it's not, IGN, when the reviews aren't basically all exactly the same. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about is the trans aspect. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that a couple reviews confirm that Abby's trans. Now, I have heard that some of the in-game footage doesn't confirm that Abby is trans. In fact, probably the opposite. But there are reviews that people are pointing to that say, look, we knew it, Abby was trans. And I want to pull those up for you guys, and I want to talk about why I don't think that is the case. Here is from Digital Spy. You can see right here. The Last of Us Part 2 definitely feels like a passionate, all-consuming companion to the first game. Plus, there's progressive LGBTQ plus representation through Ellie's relationship with Dina, as well as a trans character later in the story. And this one from Time says almost the same thing, if it will load up for me here. Come on. There it is. And it's no small thing that Naughty Dog decided to primarily tell this story, not with a typical white straight male anti-hero, but with a gay woman, Ellie's bisexual girlfriend Dina, and a trans character whose identity I'm not permitted to spoil. These are the 2 reviews that people are pointing to. I don't think that they're referring to Abby. I believe they are referring to Lev. Now, Lev is a character that we did see in some of the leaked footage that shoots an arrow in one of the leaked scenes. And we know this character is played by Ian Alexander, who is trans. He is trans. This is Ian Alexander right here. Again, a trans child actor. And ironically enough, there was basically no auditioning process, according to him. Neil Druckmann just called the show he's on and says, hey, I want this person to play a part for me. And he came in and did a couple reads, but listen to him tell the story.
Are you 2 previous fans of the games at all? What was the audition experience like? Did you know?
Whoop, I have it on double speed. My bad. Let's go back to normal.
Going into it, who you were playing exactly?
Actually, Neil reached out to the director of the show that I was on, the OA, and that's how I got the role. I did a couple of
It's a great show.
Self-tapes and auditions and stuff, but I pretty much went into it knowing who I was going to play, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I wish I knew.
Right, so that is how Ian Alexander got the role. Neil Druckmann specifically singled Ian Alexander out and said, I want you to play this part. I believe that Lev is trans. That is who I believe these are referring to. But the thing is, Abby's name isn't mentioned in any of these reviews because we all know that everyone is going to hate Abby. They do not make her story likable. In the first 2 hours of this game, she gets saved by Joel and ends up murdering him in cold blood anyway. Saved over and over and over again. Joel and Tommy act like absolute idiots. Their characters are absolutely destroyed. And that's an issue that so many people are having. Again, for those of you that were holding out hope that this game, that the leaks were going to be out of context, well, with full context, it's even worse than anyone thought. So I'm sorry if you're disappointed, but it is the way it is. I'm not going to be buying this game, but let me know, are you going to be buying The Last of Us Part 2? As always, if you're interested in spending your money on anything else, we do have some Naughty Dog merch that you can check out in the pinned comment below. Make sure you let me know your thoughts about this. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.